everybody. This is ScaredyCat with a game called Cupid. It's a visual novel, as you can see. Now it is supposed to be very mature in content, meaning there's gore. At least from what I've heard of it, there's like, I don't know if they're like sexual scenes or gory scenes or both, but from the like 5 seconds of preview that I've seen, I'm already in love with this game because it's like took me for, you guys are gonna see. Now, I'm gonna start. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. There's no need to explain. It's only natural. A mother loves her daughter more than anything else in the world. He hates you, doesn't he? I'd like to know who he is. A whole lot of them despise you, don't they? Chasing you into the forest and gouging a hole into your leg. All because you smiled at their husbands. And you know what? You deserve it. You freak. Thanks, Mom! I already knew I was a jerk. You disgusting, horrible, filthy little girl. Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? You never listen. I don't know, I think I'm pretty good about listening, Mom. Serves you right for being the little slut you are. Hey, calm down. Whatever I do in the bedroom, Mom, is none of your business. But you don't have to worry, my darling. It's alright. Even the whole world wishes you dead. I promise you this. Your mother will always be by your side. You know, except for the part where you were abusing me emotionally, because, you know, that's always what mom's supposed to do. Oh, shit. My goodness, child, whatever has happened to you? Oh! The girl was slumped in the doorway, soaked by the rain. That's me! Her legs were covered in dirt and blood. She lifted her head upon hearing the priest's voice and stared at him with blank eyes. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. She hobbled forwards, her bloodied leg giving way. Automatically, the priest rushed forward to steady her. Years of spiritual training had prepared him for the most unexpected guests to his church. He sprung into action. He ushered her to a pew, brought out some clean cloth and antiseptic, and began to bandage the wound on her leg. Yet throughout all this, he found that he couldn't take his eyes off her. He would be gazing at the roll of bandages in his hand, deciding how to tie them. And then, out of nowhere, he would be staring into her eyes. Does he love me? Does he want to sex me? Even with all the mud and grime smeared across her face, he couldn't deny that she was absolutely beautiful. I knew it! How old was she? 20? 18? 16? Her face was so young. He just wanted to shove his cock up her throat. Excuse me. The priest had long since aged past his desire for the opposite sex, but somehow, something about her enraptured him. When he realized his own thoughts, he quickly steered his mind towards other matters. My child, what happened to you? She seemed to take all the time in the world before responding. He looked at me. Looked? He looked at me, and he touched me. And then he started to kiss me. First, the priest didn't understand. Then he realized, with a jolt of anger, what she meant. It was happening more and more often nowadays. The young men of France these days were spirited, uncontrollable ruffians. A lady walking home by herself one night would be the prey to a few number of them. Lust. Often, one of the 7 deadly sins, the one that the priest personally despised the most. Furrowing his brow in sorrow, the priest laid a hand on her thigh. You are safe now, child. God's house is a sanctuary for the faithful. I don't think he'll protect me. He looked at her in confusion. You see, Father, I have sinned again. Right there among the pews before the altar of God, she bowed her head. I'm sorry. Was she apologizing to him or to someone else? Her hair hid her face and her eyes, and the priest could make neither head nor tail of her. He suddenly realized that his hand was still on her thigh, and he hurriedly drew it away. I'm sorry. She repeated his phrase over and over. After a while, the priest got up. Don't fret, child, you are not to blame. I will contact the local constable, but in the meantime, you are free to make yourself at home here. I'll fetch you a hot drink. He patted her hand and left to go to the back room, where he kept all the corpses. She remained seated on the pew, her head bent forward, as the priest's footsteps Fuck! Are you gonna talk to me? This is very creepy. The music stopped. Oh! Now that it was the dead of night, the clouds covered the sky. Barely a sliver of moonlight filtered through the stained glass. The girl sat alone in a ring of darkness. She opened her mouth. No, I know. If I may say my piece, surely. Yes, Mother. But he is so very kind. Haven't you learned your lesson, idiot? I fear for your safety. Can I talk to ghosts? Hello? Game? Oh, I'm your mom. Sorry. Child, follow Mother's words and leave. Am I her mom? I'm gonna take good care of you. I am not gonna insult you like I did 5 minutes ago. Spike messaged me. Shut up, Spike. Child, follow Mother's words and leave. You saw the look in his eyes, didn't you? You can't stay here. Even a man of God can stain you with the filthiest colors. Be a good girl and follow Mother's words. Oh, I got the feeling I'm gonna hate myself for this. But it's cold outside, Mother. The rain has not let up. Can't I stay? I suppose you can. But you must beware of everyone in this church. Do you understand? You're so weak, my darling. You give my heart so much pain. I'm sorry, Mother. I'll try my best to stay out of trouble. How am I going to mind you like this? You attract so much misfortune everywhere you go. Stupid little girl. Always a blight, aren't you? Whatever will you do without me? I'm sorry, Mother. Why am I being so mean to my kid? Thank you for always guiding me. It is all my fault. No, it's not. Don't fear. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know who would give you this name, but that's just horrible. The girl sat in silence. Mother was right after all. She was always right. Everything was her fault. Her fist shook with a mixture of fear and conviction. She had to do penance. Mother, give me strength. There's something I wish to do. The girl rose from the pew. In front of her was the altar, and on top of the altar was an ornately decorated cross. It was as wide as her head, and the tip of the cross had been crafted and the tip of the cross had been crafted such that it was razor sharp. She left the pew, knelt briefly, and then walked over to the altar. "Don't tell me! You're quite sure you're doing this?" The girl's arm trembled ever so slightly. "What other way is there for me to atone?" She picked up the cross. "Oh, my darling daughter. Mother is proud of you." Slowly, she brought the sharp end close to her face. So close that it hovered just above her left eye. "No! Oh, don't do this, please!" And then she... Oh! Game? Oh, that was just a prologue! Well... Oh! A scruffy young girl in tattered clothes peeked through the open gates of Chateau du Sommel. An afternoon tour was being held in the gardens. People from high-class estates strolled around the manicured gardens while chatting loudly with one another. Or the beautiful ladies clad in silk and velvet, their necks adorned with pearls and jewels. A variety of foods were displayed on the tables. Was displayed? Whatever. The girl stared at the food. She hadn't eaten properly for the past few days. "Are you hungry, my dear?" "Yes, Mother." "Don't you worry. Mother will provide. You do not need those high-class foods anyway. They will upset your stomach. Now we've stayed long enough. Let us leave." Oh God, flashbacks. "Surely we can look around for a bit. It's still a little early." There's something else that called to her, other than the party itself. She walked to and fro from the gates, peeking at the crowd, despite the urgings of her mother to leave. Just a tiny glance would be enough. The girl smiled at the thought of him. The owner of the chateau, the Marquis de Goulle. The girl was drawn to him. He wasn't the same as other people. You know, I'm just gonna apologize for all these French words. I was not expecting the French words. I am so sorry for my butchering of this beautiful language. He seemed different somehow. He was kind to her and would always hand her food when she delivered flowers. Her heart felt at ease with him. "I do not care for him, but I wish you would stop ogling some man like a common whore." "I just want to see him, Mother." "What for? What good does his presence do you?" It makes me feel that there are still good people in the world, Mother." "It's hard to say, of course, dear. We do not know the real intentions people have. One can hope that real charity exists, but even good people will always put their needs first. Even your precious Marquise." "Don't you think I'm a good person, Mother?" "Of course, child. You are special. Haven't I raised you as such? I have tried my best, my dearest." "Yes, Mother, you keep me right. I love you." The girl stared at her shoes and looked around for a bit, hoping for just a glance before she left. And there he was. There was no harm in looking, she reasoned. She would never enter the Marquise's world. Let her heart be filled with hope. He turned his eyes in her direction. Oh, shit! Did he smile at her? The girl's heart stopped. Did he recognize her? She beamed. "My, is this creature deaf as well as dumb?" "It might be, poor thing." "Mademoiselle!" The voice called to the rose girl. She gasped. Seeing that somebody else had noticed her presence, she turned to leave. "No, no, my dear, poor little creature, don't run away." "Charlotte, she stinks, don't touch her." "Came to crash the party, little urchin. You hungry?" Her stomach gave a low grumble. She was always hungry, it seemed, no matter how much or how little she ate. Encouraged by the kindness of the Marquise had shown her, the girl approached the woman. She teetered towards their table. "What are you selling?" "Look at this poor creature. Is she selling roses? These are all ugly ones. Not as appalling as the rags she has covered herself in. Are you trying your best to be this repulsive? Now, don't be mean, Antoinette. Perhaps it's the commoner fashion nowadays." They laughed while gawking at her and her wares. "Oh my, she only has one eye. Ghastly, but I can't look away." The other lady nodded her head. "Like a sideshow attraction, you mean?" "Oh, no, don't cry. Don't cry. Mama will protect you. Don't cry. Mama Scaredy will keep you safe, okay? I would beat them up if I could, but I'm only a ghost. Nobody calls my baby a sideshow attraction. The freaks at the carnivals. She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way. Maybe we can keep it. Hello, do you want some bread, urchin?" "Well, speak up." "Maybe your tongue is short. Add that to the list of her sterling qualities. Come on, Antoinette. Come on, don't be shy. Do you want some food? Let us hear you speak." Yes, madam." "What?" "Yes, madam. I would be grateful." One of the ladies clapped in mockery at her reply. "Oh, she talks!" The ladies handed her the bread, but it was snatched away just before her fingers grazed it. Not before you dance for us first." "Oh, make her do a handstand. I've seen one of those street people do that. Quite marvelous." "Now, I'd like to see that. This party is getting quite boring." "Well, come on, ma bete. Dance for your food." The girl looked at the beautiful, cruel faces of the women. That look on them was burning desire to hurt something simply because they could. She knew that look. Before they touched her and hurt her, they had that look burning in their eyes. "Oh, look what you did, Claudette. She's shivering like a leaf. Poor thing." The lady was laughing as she said those words. "I didn't do anything. She should be grateful we're even offering her this much. Besides, these commoners are supposed to be jolly in their misery. Come on, girl, show us your joy." The girl moved away as they laughed. "Mother, please save me. Mother." "Haven't I taught you this time and again, child? People are cruel. Now you see it firsthand." "Hey there!" A child's voice called out from behind her. It belonged to a girl around 7, with chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched at the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but she had an air as if she owned the ground that she stood on, so she must be part of middle class. Another commoner. This party is absolutely teeming with them." "The Marquise loves these things. Heard he picks them randomly from the street." "Maybe I should get me one too." "Do you think it is fashionable abroad in his Perth country, I mean?" "Persia?" No, I heard he was from India." I heard a rumor he's the bastard son of a great queen." "Goodness, that is so far-fetched." "What, like the rest of your lies aren't?" "I could barely pronounce his name, though. He really should change it to something more acceptable. Who knows what kind of demons he might attract with such a blasphemous name." It must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flock around him." "Ooh!" "Devil or not, I'll forgive him if he kisses my hand." The ladies laughed. "Salope! Aren't you shameless?" Don't lie, we all know why we're here. The ladies gossiped among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. The young girl took the slighting with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence.
What you doing?
Goodness, they don't take a hint, do they?
Throw something shiny, it might distract them. Hey, you've been holding that bread for a long time. Aren't you gonna give it to her?
She pointed to the shabby rose venter. Why do you care? Do you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too.
I know. Maybe you should toss the bread and see if they'll fight for it.
The ladies laughed to themselves. The girls stared at them with confusion. Her brows furrowed in a childlike understanding. While rumbling, next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand. Oh my! How rude!
Horrible, filthy girl! Give that back!
The girl sniffed a piece of bread and nibbled at the surface.
Yummy, it's still warm!
She shoved the bread in the urchin's face. The scrumptious scent of bread flooded the rose girl's nose.
Look at the sugared butter, tastes good!
No, you devil child, give that back! The urchin licked it. Her tongue was coated in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her tongue. Holy shit, this sounds so sexual! The girl grinned at her, and she couldn't help but grin back.
Sorry, here you go. It's all yours!
Ooh, nice move! I like that girl. I like her. She's very witty. I like that. Ugh, disgusting! Like we're gonna eat anything that's put in your filthy mouths.
Wow, so this is ours now? You ladies are so nice.
Cheeky little brat, I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you. Uh-huh. I know you. You're from the intro. Well, I guess I can leave it here. Who is this mystery man? As I mess up all of his pixels. All of his beautiful pixels. So I guess we'll find out next time. Who is this man? Who is this man? Where does he come from? What's his name? Maybe we can fuck later.